Income Tax Department filed 4 prosecution cases against former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram's wife Nalini Chidambaram, her son Karti Chidambaram and daughter-in-law for not disclosing one immovable asset that they have in the United Kingdom and certain investments that they made in UK and the United States of America. Here's a report sent by our correspondent Danish from London.
Times now has got details of the property in Cambridge belonging to the Chidambarams, which the IT department claims was not disclosed by them. This property was bought in April 2015 for £535,000 and is in the name of Karti, his wife and mother Nalini Chidambaram. This is a massive property that consists of several bedrooms and reception rooms and is valued at over rupees 6 crore. Considering that this property is in the name of Chidambarams and it can be easily found out, it will be interesting to see what reasons they give for the non-inclusion of this property in their IT returns.
It is really not fair on a person who was holding office for more than 15-20 years, and also these assets and transactions took place between 2006 and 2014. That's what a report says. And during that time, we all know that Mr. Chidambaram was the Finance and Home Minister of India. And even Mrs. Nalini Chidambaram is a well-learned senior advocate, senior lawyer, and Mr. Kartik Chidambaram also. So it is not fair on their part to say it. Morally, they have to take responsibility. They just cannot say that the chartered accountant mistakenly omitted and all those things, because this definitely would have been done only through foreign exchange.
Let's go across to Shabir, who joins us for more on this big story. Shabir, now what is interesting here is the fact that the reply that we have seen from Nalini Chidambaram and from Karti Chidambaram, in that reply, both of them have said it very, very clearly that they filed a revised return, and the details of this one property that the Income Tax Department is referring to in Cambridge were mentioned. Then how is the Income Tax Department then going to prove that these investments and these properties were not disclosed?
Well, according to the show cause notice that was sent by the Income Tax Department, it's very clearly mentioned that during the assessment year 2016 and 2017, these properties were not included in the assessment, and that is the reason why the Income Tax Department has decided to prosecute them, because clearly under the Black Money Act, whereas the argument that has been put forth by Nalini Chidambaram and Karti Chidambaram is that it does not attract, it is not even an offense, that already the SSC has filed a revised assessment for that particular year, and the omission of these properties is something that has to do with a chartered accountant, and the SSC is well within its rights to file a revised assessment. Hence,
Right.
This cannot be called as an offense. So they are clearly challenging the Income Tax Department's decision to prosecute them, but they are also asking for the Income Tax Department for another hearing before going ahead and prosecuting them. So now the ball is in the Income Tax Court. If the Income Tax Department decides that they are not going to listen to
Right.
Karti Chidambaram and Nalini Chidambaram, and they are going to go ahead and prosecute them,
All
that
right,
will
we'll have
become
to see
another
how the
legal
Income
issue.
Tax Department really responds in this case, whether another hearing will be given as being asked by Nalini Chidambaram. Thank you, Shabir, for joining us and putting things in perspective.